Took me a bit longer than I expected, but I found where he's hiding.
Let me just be sure of one thing. We're dealing with someone who has extremely dangerous weaponry in his hands. If it comes to it, are you prepared to handle the worst-case scenario?
Absolutely. You just need to trust us, just like we trusted you earlier.
Yeah, we've got this. My crew's already locked and loaded.
I'll take you at your word.
I know you said you wanted to keep this operation small, but I still thought you could use some backup. So, I chose a few promising young Spina members to help out. Clarande and I have got things covered at the expo.
Yes, we're ready to roll then.
Now that you're here, I guess we can get this show on the road.
Wait!
I'm sorry, you can't come with us. You need to stay at the expo like we agreed. It's for your own safety.
We know.
I wish I could answer that question, but it would just be speculation. And I work based off evidence.
He's been gone for 2 days now, and he just left it. But if that's true, then that means he must have been involved in making and selling weapons in the past too.
That's not for us to say. Take a look around the expo. There are plenty of other people making and selling weapons. Doesn't mean they're necessarily all bad people.
Really?
The same is true for your uncle. Whatever he may have done in the past, the real question we need to ask is why. There's a lot we need to know before we can judge a person. In Fontaine, we have a long and complicated process in place just to make sure we get the right answer to that question.
Yeah. Why would...
How about this? I'll make sure that Miss Chevras and Miss Yelan promise to bring your uncle back safe and sound. Then you can ask him yourselves.
Thanks, miss.
This situation is complicated and unpredictable. Isn't it a bit early to be making those kinds of promises? It's all right. We're prepared for whatever we might face.
Regardless, it's a promise we have to keep. After all, when the children get their answer, it will shape their understanding of what justice means.
Then, let's all do our part to make sure this ends as well as it possibly can.
Ad Ast. Thank you for
Wayne, a moonlit night for all.
Lofty wisdom will show us the way!
Three moons converge.
Be cleansed!
Hey, nice to meet you. If you've got a commission, spit it out. As long as the pay's right, I can help you with anything. Most things. I can help you with most things.
Stop right there!
We missed him.
Looks like he left behind plenty of evidence, though. Search the area. Let's see if we can find a lead. These records look suspiciously familiar.
Yeah. Doesn't seem very coincidental to me either.
Remember when I said this group's cover was ironclad? They were always careful never to leave a trail leading back to them. The one time they slipped up, it broke the case wide open. We found a cargo manifest left behind at the scene. That's the clue that led us to Nodcry.
It was a similar story on our end.
And now that same manifest shows up here, among the records left behind by Ashvapati.
So,
Unless it wasn't a slip-up at all. How does the same clue get left behind at two separate scenes and picked up by two separate law enforcement agencies? Thinking back on it now, it doesn't seem quite so accidental after all.
No. Almost like he led us here on purpose. But for what reason?
Look at how it's positioned. It was begging to be found. I think it might be for us.
You think he knew we would come here?
If he did, he's a more impressive opponent than I anticipated.
Let's keep going. We can read it together when we debrief.
wait!
It's the display model that goes with the prototype. Guess that does make him our thief.
What's worse is that, with his technical background, I bet he managed to bypass the security features on the prototype.
You're saying our guy has a battle-ready ballista in his possession, just waiting to be unleashed?
Oh,
Something isn't adding up. All the evidence suggests that he was here alone. Which begs the question, why would he unlock the ballista's features before even meeting up with his boss?
That's a question for another time. We need to focus on where he's going next.
This situation seems more complicated than we imagined. It looks like Ashvapati does have a connection to our criminal gang, but it might not be what we thought at first.
You don't think he's working for them?
Unlikely. He lured us to Nodcry, prepared those weapons on his own, deliberately put us on his trail. This is looking more and more like the work of an independent actor.
Well, if we want to get to the bottom of this, he's still our best lead. That would seem to be our last remaining clue. Let's do it.
To the officers of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol and the Liyue Qixing. I doubt my secret hiding spot will be a secret. I'm just glad I no longer have to run. It all started with a Kashara War researcher, expelled from the academia for he had dedicated his life to the But when he found himself in the desert, could you?
Researchers like you are a dime a dozen. Smart as a whip until you find yourself in the desert. Then, you're lucky to survive the night. No, son. Just still trying to figure out why I've got such a soft spot for strays like you. You got somewhere to...
Not really. Thanks to this water, though. At least...
Now you're talking like...
What would I do?
Gather foods, guard... Of course, if you have something you're good at,
All I know...
Weapons?
Yeah. I love studying them. I believe the essence of Kasharawar research is embodied in weaponry. And my lifelong goal has always been to become a foremost. So I might have borrowed a few sensitive texts without permission, but you...
The Academia could have 1,001 reasons for exiling you out here, and it still wouldn't matter to me, son.
I can help upgrade your weaponry. That should come in handy.
True, weapons are essential to life here in the desert, but when it comes to protecting the people here, this scimitar in my hand is more than
overkill.
Our group is lucky. Our ancestors learned how to protect the oasis from this. Plus, we're pretty far off the beaten path. All in all, we don't have to travel to find water. There are plenty of ways to die in the desert, but...
I see.
I've heard you Kasharawa scholars...
You mean, like...
Yes, if you wouldn't mind.
All right, then. And just like that, a Kasharawa... It got boring from time to time. But all in all, looking back now, I wish I could have lived like that until the end of my days. But then, those despicable people showed up, and it changed everything. Don't rush me. These materials are in short supply.
Oh, they've got a lot of nerve showing their faces back here.
Send the gem?
Well, we have a right to this oasis, too.
You hated this place. After that giant sandstorm when everyone else was trying to figure out how to help, you got out
because I knew better than to be stubborn.
You abandoned this place. If we'd done the same, the oasis would...
I heard they joined another band of Eremites after leaving us, but got...
Chief, should we drive them off?
I'd like to see you try. I'm warned.
Leave them be. This oasis has... All that matters is...
At the time, I didn't think much of it. And so, normal life continued. Much unchanged. Well, I often found myself flipping through my collection of blueprints and sketches. As far as I knew, no one had been able to analyze or reproduce the... But I was able to design a kind of lure to bait them into attacking a Somehow, the new arrivals at the Oasis
Hope you don't mind me asking, but...
I do mind, actually.
Rumor is you used to be a researcher at...
What do you want?
I want the rules and red tape that got you kicked out of the Academia. They don't exist, but what if?
What are you
Me and my men can get you what you need. We've always had a good eye for business. Just never the right product. But this thing right here...
You want to...
It's a win-win. You provide the goods, and I earn enough mora from these... I understand what you're worried about, but listen, these people don't think bigger than this place. They don't get involved in conflict. I mean...
You've made a bad name for yourself around here.
Well, it's your choice. But it could be the... So I'll ask you again. Do you want to finally develop the weapons you've been dreaming of and realize your
How I wish I'd made the right choice back then.
Yeah, we increased our prices. What about...
So, you're really as money hungry.
Cash is king.
Fine.
I'm done.
What are you talking about?
I know what the weapons have been used for, and I refuse...
An accomplice? Listen, that's got nothing to do with us. People would be...
Can't you sell more than just weapons? Surely this can't...
If you want to make the big mora, you gotta push what sells. That's just how...
And that...
Fine. I've made more than enough to leave this dump in the dust anyway.
What was that? Was... How did this happen?
You won't find a tribe in this desert without enemies. People have tried to steal water from this oasis in the past.
You sold weapons to his enemies.
It was the perfect excuse to drive up the price, that's why.
It was only later that I found out. This wasn't The first time Senegem and his men I didn't chase after them or try to hold them accountable. But once the weapons I designed were turned against us in the end, despite all the burning tents, and now you know the full account of my crimes. I've been raising them ever since, while attempting to hunt down the men who made them orphans in the first place. This confession is for the kids to read, too. I know I'm in no position to make requests, but back then...
Jeez.
He's after the same target as us. And he's out for revenge.
He even lured us to Nodcry to help him get it.
I think I know what he's planning to do with those ballistas now. If I'm right, this doesn't bode well.
Then we need to find him ASAP! It sounds like...
I can't just let him get rid of our target either. This crime ring runs deep. There are still many other conspirators we need to track down. Oh?
You got something?
He knew we'd be out of the picture investigating this place. I think he decided to spring the trap that we set up.
Oh, snap. He's not working for them.
The meeting will be happening any time now. Quick, we need to head to the rendezvous point.
Ashvapati.
It's been a while, Senator.
How did you find this?
All these years. And the signal you use for the meetup point still hasn't changed. All I had to do...
Useless bunch of idiots. Just...
Oh, I think that might take a while.
No. There's no way the cops could...
Unless, of course, someone deliberately left a trail of clues. It's been a while.
Ashvapati.
If they hadn't taken your agents out of the equation...
So now what?
No. The authorities.
Is that Fatui tech? Looks like you're Listen, I know you're mad that I've been racking up Mora without you all these years. But it looks like...
After everything that happened...
Because what's the alternative? After Kayemwazet took you in, you really convinced yourself you were one of... What you should have learned is that banking on loyalty and belonging is a lose. In the desert, my people live by one rule and one rule alone. The last laugh. Just look at me. When there's more to be earned in the desert, I'm a desert folk. When the opportunity...
You think everyone?
A lowlife? There's nothing. You're talking to a renowned Fontanian philanthropist who lives in the Vasari Passage and spends his days going from one grand banquet to the next. Nobody who counts would dare call me a lowlife.
Are you...
Clearly there's no reasoning with you, fine. But if you want me dead so bad, why'd you come to face me alone?
Don't you worry. I brought plenty of firepower.
What the... Are you crazy?
Yes, that's the plan.
He's lost his mind. Get him! Start breaking his bones until he
Hold it right there, all of you! Otherwise, I've got enough firepower to go around, too.
The Maison Gardiennage!
You got here sooner than I expected.
What's that in the sky? Looks like bad news.
Ashvapati, you have my word that these people will face the judgment of the Fontaine courts. Remove the barrier and come with us at once.
Fontanian justice is too merciful.
Stubborn fool.
I don't deserve them.
What is it you feel you need to atone for? Weapons research?
You're from Liyue, right? Your ancestors were the first people to master the recipe for gunpowder. Surely, it's choices like that which make Liyue what it is today. But me? I chose to use my research skills to create...
Sounds like you don't know as much as you think about fireworks. They might be harmless fun in this day and age, but they started out as weapons too, you know.
What?
That's right. Fireworks and firecrackers were originally developed for use as weapons. They needed something a little more powerful than usual for purging evil forces and scaring off wild beasts. Over time, evil spirits learned to fear the sight of flames, and the beasts retreated into the mountains. That's when people started repurposing fireworks for entertainment purposes. The peace we enjoy today isn't because we chose to make toys instead of weapons. The weapons are what secured us the peace in the first place. Only then did we have the luxury of choosing to turn them into toys instead. It's people, not weapons, that commit acts of evil. And when people are as bent on destruction as the evil forces and beasts faced by our forebears, whatever tools they have at their disposal end up as weapons.
Time is running out. Please.
Relax. Now that we have these guys in custody, I think we can find a way of repurposing these ballistas for the children's amusement.
I knew they were looking for trouble, but they messed with the wrong manager.
Captain, we're in position!
Prepare to intercept! On my signal! Fire!
fireworks show? Oh.
Recording mode on.
Has this always been part of the show?
No funny business!
I never imagined the Guizhong ballista could be used for some...
If you'll agree to come with us and answer some questions, it would be a big help to our investigation.
Of course. You'll have my full cooperation.
Honestly, me neither. I'm sure a case like yours would have Fontaine's top legal experts scratching their heads. As for these arms dealers, though, I can confidently say that none of them will be getting away with this. So at least you can take some solace in that. I know. There's no sentence the court can give them that will satisfy you. But at least the trial will be a public declaration of their crimes and the punishment they will receive. The victims deserve that much, considering the alternative was them dying in obscurity to a revenge killing with no one left behind to tell the story. This looks more like real justice to me.
What do you think they did with Ashvapachi in the end? Let's go ask them for an update. Great! Everyone's in one place.
Now that we are on the other side of this incident, I suggest we put any remaining questions to rest here and now. The Voynich Guild won't be responsible for any disputes remaining after this meeting.
Understood. Well, mission closed down. I've achieved my strategic objective. I'm happy to let the Fontaine authorities process the culprits from here on.
I appreciate your flexibility. I'll need all of them in my custody to proceed with the case files. As for you, given your association with the Voynich Guild, I suspect the boss of the curatorium might raise some objections if I insisted on bringing you into custody as well.
Then what do you propose, Miss Chevreuse?
While pursuing one of the suspects in this case, it was unfortunately necessary for me to destroy a certain signboard in Nasha Town.
Is that an official confession, officer?
What I'm suggesting is that I don't file charges against Ashvapati, he stays here, and in return, you don't seek damages for the signboard. Sound fair?
Deal.
Huh. That went surprisingly smoothly. Paimon figured it was gonna be a whole ordeal.
Uncle Ashvapati, we...
They told us the whole story.
But
If you'd been less trusting of the promises these men made to you back then, and left some weapons for your own people to defend themselves with, maybe things would have turned out differently. The way I see it, your crime wasn't the weapons research itself. It was failing to use that knowledge sensibly, to protect the ones you cared about.
yeah,
Well then, what are you waiting for? The chance to atone for real is staring you right in the face.
children.
Traveler, Yelan. On behalf of the Fontaine authorities, it has been a pleasure working with you both. I wish you all the best. Well then, what are you waiting for? The chance to atone for real is staring you right in the face.
I have plenty of other business to attend to, so it's probably about time I got going as well. See ya.
Looks like you're a free man.
I guess, but even if they won't arrest me, I still have a lot to answer for. I joined the Voynich Guild with my own agenda and nearly ruined their reputation.
After you joined us, it didn't take me long to find out that you'd lied about nearly everything. Everything except your desert origins. That turned out to be true. I actually consider the desert my home too, so I was interested to learn who the real Ashvapati was. Thanks to the Traveler, I now know the full story. And my, what a story it is. Granted, the final chapter caused us a fair amount of trouble. But hey, sometimes that's the price you pay for a good ending.
Are you serious?
I mean, obviously I can't let you stay in the guild. Not after all the rules you broke. I'd recommend that you take these kids back to the desert.
Why?
The desert has been plagued by seemingly endless conflict since as far back as I can remember. But your story offers a glimpse of a different way of life. Maybe there really is hope for peace in the desert. The Sumeru of today is a different world than what it once was. With Lesser Lord Kusanali at the helm, who knows where the possibilities end? Maybe you could rebuild the home these kids once knew.
I'm flattered, sure. We could put up a few tents and...
Where there's Mora, there's always a way. Hello, my dear customer. What?
So Mora is the answer, huh?
Don't take her so literally. She's just doing her sales pitch. Sure can. Huh? Ta-da! I present to you one magical gemstone, created by simply planted in the ground, and a spring will instantly start growing. Before long, you'll have yourself a fully fledged oasis.
What?
Huh. Looks genuine to me.
Simply plant.
What the... Goodness. They always say you can find everything at the Not Cry Trade Expo. Turns out it's more than just marketing hyperbole. Still, surely a treasure like this must cost the world.
Actually, this could be your lucky day. The mage who tasked me with selling this insisted on setting the price herself, and she priced it as whatever keeps the kids happy. Needless to say, I could have found far more lucrative options. But alas, none of them would be worth breaking a promise to a mage over.
Whatever keeps the kids happy?
Good question. I got it! How about I charge you whatever you three kids earned at the expo? Then you can. I think that would keep the kids very happy.
Deal!
Hooray! Well, this was a strange turn of events.
I think it's safe to say that this was one of the more memorable trade expos.